November 2024. A fight clip less than 2 minutes long explodes across the internet. Even hip-hop superstar 50 Cent shares it on social media.
To make a comparison for those very old school...
In the footage, a woman they'd soon call the real-life Chun-Li stands on one leg in a freakish sideways stance. In just 1 minute and 32 seconds, she mentally breaks a seasoned veteran.
Who will be celebrating her birthday tomorrow?
Slow down the replay, and you catch the bone-chilling details. Under cinematic lighting, her opponent's heaviest punches slide past the tip of her nose, without even stirring a strand of hair. Her counters, though, land like a surgeon's scalpel, instantly switching off her opponent's consciousness. But here's what you wouldn't guess. This woman, who now terrifies the entire women's combat scene, was just 18 months earlier a laughingstock 02, mocked as broken goods. Her name is Mona Kamura, and her story is the cruelest yet most beautiful comeback in modern combat sports history.
Body shot to head there from Mona.
Rewind to 2022, Istanbul World Amateur Boxing Championships. Mona Kamura gets pummeled to the canvas like a worn-out sandbag. The crowd laughs openly. The cold scoreboard confirms another crushing defeat. She had once been a 7-time national junior karate champion, but in the high-tolerance, high-impact world of pro boxing, her pride was shattered. Coaches and promoters didn't just see a loser, they saw a misfit who walked into the wrong movie. Ditch those useless fancy moves, one coach coldly ordered. Build muscle, toughen up your chin. The ring has no use for a perfect stance. That's the most soul-crushing conflict of all. Not that your opponent is stronger, but that your 20-year-old martial arts faith is dismissed as garbage by the very era you live in. If she had bowed her head then, she would have become just another mediocre also-ran, forgotten after a few undercard fights. But she didn't. She vanished from everyone's sight. For 7 full months, Mona Kamura went underground. She didn't pack on muscle. She didn't learn to brawl in the clinch. She didn't abandon karate. Instead, she locked herself in an empty gym and threw modern spatial fighting math and traditional sideways karate footwork into her own tactical crucible. She obsessively deconstructed her own body mechanics. She ditched the orthodox boxing stance feet parallel, chin protected, and painstakingly built a never-before-seen southpaw sideways posture. Under continuous training room lighting, you can see her correcting her spinal angle and limb alignment over and over. This extreme stance turned her small frame into a side profile so narrow it was almost impossible to lock onto. The crown jewel of this defensive system, her right leg almost permanently held high in the air. In real combat, standing on one leg while keeping a high kick chamber pushes human core strength and balance to its absolute limit. What she built was a ghost system so brutally unnatural that the fighting world later gave it its own name, the Mona Kick. When she pushed open the cage door again, kill time had officially begun. Fight 1. The 16th of November 2024, Korakuen Hall, the sacred ground of Japanese combat sports. Against the experienced Ayogwara, Mona Kamura showed everyone what true terror looks like. Walk forward. Close the distance. Ayogwara tries to crowd her with traditional pressure. Kamura doesn't retreat, she advances. A laser-straight lead left. Clean connect. Guard torn apart. Execution mode on. A storm of surgical strikes pours down. Before Ayogwara can even recover her balance, the damage is done. 132. The referee steps in. Fight over. The entire arena's jaws hit the floor. That clip of a one-sided demolition went viral overnight, blasting Mona Kamura's name across the globe.
There you go.
After that debut, the fight world went crazy for months. Yuka, Satoko, Ozawa, and even former Korean champion Yoonji Choi, 3 elite hunters at the top of the division, stepped into the cage with their teams, fully confident. Over the next 18 months, all of them became silent offerings to Kamura's precision algorithm. 3 fights, 3 one-sided slaughters. The veteran Ozawa was pinned on the outside by Kamura's relentless side kicks, her forehead split open and bleeding. Choi's heavy low kicks, meant to destroy Kamura's base, instead ran straight into piston-like counterfire, ending in a hopeless 30-27 defeat. If you think that's all there is, you're underestimating Mona Kamura. What comes next needs your full attention. While the entire fight world was busy building a legend around her winning streak, the most critical tactical analysts sounded the alarm. How does this so-called spatial geometry actually work inside a bloody cave? Let's slow the footage down to frame by frame and decode the 1 centimeter defense system that gave champions lifelong nightmares. First, that ever-raised right leg isn't really an attack, it's a rangefinder. In traditional kickboxing, a side kick relies heavily on hip rotation and a backward weight shift, which creates at least 0.3 seconds of telegraph. But Kamura's southpaw sideways stance forms a perfect right-angle triangle between her torso and her opponent. Watch her hips. Look at her supporting foot in slow motion. Her left foot isn't locked in place. Half a second before the kick, it rotates inward 180 degrees, aligning the arch and heel with the target. This tiny pivot locks her pelvis and transfers her full body weight directly into her right gluteus medius. So her Mona kick isn't really kicked at all. It's pushed out like a loaded piston. No arcing windup, no shift in center of gravity. The moment an opponent steps into her 1 centimeter kill zone, the counter is already there, in under 0.1 seconds. This mechanical logic turns the traditional sidekick into a titanium shield that rules the lower and middle ranges. So why can't opponents just circle around her? Why can't they angle cut into her blind spot? Watch her ankle. Now, look at her footwork frequency. In slow motion, you'll see that when an opponent tries to angle to her right, her left supporting foot instantly resets the center with ultra-rapid micro-stepping. Because her side profile is so extreme, her spine stays mechanically stable, almost anti-joint throughout the movement, always holding that perfect golden ratio frame relative to the camera. No matter how they circle, geometrically they're always facing a side wall with no thickness, no blind spot, and a heavy cannon permanently cocked. This combination of high-frequency range-finding and absolute central axis control isn't like Mike Tyson's brutal shifting brawling, nor like Bruce Lee's explosive burst attacks. It's a purely mathematical fortress built from biomechanics. After 4 fights, Mona Kamura's true greatness has already far surpassed those 4 victories themselves. In an era obsessed with finishing efficiency, in a cage where everyone is chasing raw muscle and savage brawling, she used obsessive discipline to keep the flame of her own faith alive. Slow her fights to half speed, and you see a chilling image. Her opponent's power punches slide past the tip of her nose without moving a single hair, and she's already landed the fight-ending counter. She proved with her own body that fighting isn't just about strength, it's about calculation. It's not just about destruction, it's about elegance. She turned bloody brutality into a millimeter-perfect art. True strength is not about conforming to savagery to win. It's about rebuilding yourself from the ruins of a shattered faith. Precision is Mona Kamura's violence.
The agility, the flexibility, and look, just balance on that.
Bruce Lee once said, "I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced 1 kick 10,000 times." Mona Kamura is the living proof of that creed. She declared to the world that while the essence of fighting is savage destruction, inside that chaos there is still someone who can hold her head high and turn it into a millimeter-precise art. On this wasteland of grinders and bulldozers, with nothing but her own human body, she built a monument called precision.